Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's video, I'd like to discuss two games that probably in the history of them existing have never been discussed in the same conversation. The first game, as you can see on the screen, is a remake that's coming out for Suikoden, however you say exactly. Apologize, my Japanese is not what it used to be, or ever was, to be honest. These games, Suikoden 1 and 2, are being remade for modern consoles, which is what my channel is all about, modern retro gaming. We're talking about two games that were on the PlayStation 1, two RPG games that Konami did that RPG fans have been clamoring for a new entry into the series or a remake for a long time, and we're actually seeing it. Something that we don't see a lot with Konami these days, the actual making of video games, doing things that the fans want. Come on, Konami. Where's our Castlevania remakes? That's what we really are clamoring for. But I get sidetracked. Suikoden are role-playing games where one of the big hooks is there are around 108 characters that you can recruit in the game, each of them very much individualized. Each of them, to get the true good ending, you have to recruit all of these characters. Both of the games have a roster of 30 or 40 playable characters, huge for a role-playing game. Typically role-playing games are, more in the 5, 6, 7 character range for playable characters. It's big news for role-playing game fans. To be honest, I'm not the biggest role-playing game fan these days, or, well, not the biggest role-playing game player. Having a kid, having a full-time job, being able to put 50, 60, 70, 100 hours, whatever, into a role-playing game, not as easy as it used to be when I didn't have the responsibilities of an adult. But I know that there are a lot of people my age that remember these games fondly, and when they saw this news, when they hear this news tonight, to be honest, these games have kind of flown under the radar. The one I'm talking about now and the one that I'll talk about in a moment. I've not seen a lot of chatter on the internet, on YouTube or wherever, talking about these, and it kind of confuses me because these are both big deals. And it's just nice to see that we are getting modern remakes of these games. These games are expensive to buy these days if you try to get them on original hardware. And let's be honest, they don't look the greatest on modern TVs. But when this game comes out, it's going to look great. It's going to play great. Everything's going to be so good. Just once again, can't say enough good about these games. Can't wait to see how they actually review. I'm always hesitant when we have remakes of games, remasters of games, that they'll mess it up, that something will really be wrong with it. Not in the game making business, so I don't know how easy or how hard it is to remake a game, but I know that sometimes they do a really good job and sometimes they really suck it up, if I'm being honest. But just watching the little trailer that Konami has put out, it doesn't look like they are trying to reinvent the wheel, which is good. You can see that they've definitely got more high-definition textures on the backgrounds, updated the character portraits, done a little bit of an upgrade to the character models. It actually looks pretty good. It's got me interested, that's for certain. Don't know if this will be a game that I would buy when it first comes out full price, but these games tend to, especially on the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation 5, they tend to go on sale pretty early into their life cycle. If you are a fan of this series, if maybe I'm breaking this news to you, if you've got fond memories, things you would like to share, comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I'll be honest, not the biggest fan of this series, and nothing against it, just never played it a lot. But I did play the first one back in the day, and I am excited. Now moving on to the game that really has me excited, and the game that really is not having much said about it. And hopefully by seeing this one picture, a lot of the people that watch my videos will know exactly what this is. If you've ever been to a pizza place, if you've ever been to an arcade in the mid-80s to say mid-90s, you played this game. And you ask, what game is that? Maybe I don't know it from this one screenshot. That game is Operation Wolf. Just looking at this first picture, seeing that Uzi, that if you could have broken it off, you could have robbed a bank with that thing because it looked real. It felt real in the hands. I mean, you played this game everywhere. Operation Wolf is actually getting a remake. Something that has been 35 years in the making. Something that, to be honest, I never thought we would see. A remake of Operation Wolf. Guys, this hits me right in the nostalgia. This is so amazing. This is so unexpected. To be honest, looking at the screenshots, I don't know what to make of it. I am hesitantly hopeful that this is going to scratch a retro itch that I had forgot I even had. I can't wait to play this game. I probably will buy this no matter what the reviews say about it, because it's just that exciting. For those that haven't played Operation Wolf, it is obviously a light gun type of game with side-scrolling properties. The screen scrolls back and forth, left and right, and you shoot the bad guys. And you shoot a lot of bad guys. And that really summarizes the game. It wasn't overly complicated, and that was part of what made it such a great arcade game. It was just mindless fun. Definitely a quarter muncher. You had to pump a lot of quarters into this thing to be able to beat it. To be honest, I don't know that I ever beat Operation Wolf in the arcades because I didn't have deep enough pockets. Maybe that's another reason that I'm excited by the prospect of being able to play this as a modern retro remake, because I'll actually be able to beat it now, because I don't have to put $50 a quarter's worth of my money into it. It'll be interesting with both of these games to see what is the price point going to be. How well are they going to be remade? Who knows? Only time will tell. But I was definitely very, very interested by seeing that we're getting two very, very different remakes. Once again, this kind of summarizes my channel. It is all about taking what was retro and being able to put a modern spin on it. Being able to play it on a LCD screen. Being able to do a light gun game on TVs that typically do not allow for light gun games. I hope that this video has maybe brought to the forefront, brought to your attention something that you didn't even know was coming out. Once again, if you have comments, if you have memories of either of these games, especially Operation Wolf, I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear about your experiences playing these games, especially playing Operation Wolf in the arcades. Like I said, that game must have been in every arcade in America for a 5 or 10 year period. It was probably in most pizza parlors at some point. it's been in most grocery store lobbies. It was everywhere. Being a child of the 80s is just a game that kind of defined part of my childhood. Definitely gives me those nostalgic feels. If this is your first time watching my videos, first of all, thank you. I appreciate it. Being a small channel, every view means something to me. I've made a lot of friends through these channels. This is more than me trying to get subscribers. This is me doing something that I love, and I hope that it comes through. Until next time, guys, just keep on gaming, keep on being modern, keep on being retro, and you have a good night.